how old I am. So if I got a pops, that nigga don't do this. Well, he better do this. That's right.
Yeah. But now we're opening the door for all of these parents to start coming out and protecting their kids.
If you think that's bad, wait till you see Shadoon.
Right, that's what I'm saying. It's about to get
Dion already doing that.
We all saw what we saw, and you know what we saw.
That's elementary school.
No.
That's
It's like, when you a teammate, he push him like, man, like, let's go. He puts him like, get off of me. Get off of me. Get off me. No, don't touch me. Was it worth the $30,000? Now? In the moment.
In that moment.
He was up. You remember? Was it bingo night? Or was it? 44. You know what we do on this show, boy. We flow, boy. But keep it high level. This is going to just give you the beats. And I give you my opinion at the end on all of these topics. But what's going on, the core issue, is the carriage rights fee.
First of all, start off the right way. Exactly. Let me start out like this. This is why I'm broke and you got money. this whole Dak Prescott saga.
What are those? On the field, I got metric after metric. He's a winner. Okay, he's number one in all categories for the Dallas Cowboys first 5 seasons. Off the field, unquestionable character. Like, the only thing you got on Dak Prescott is,
I am undefeated. Oh, come on. And me playing basketball, and I just want to line up.
He's getting up.
And show. Yeah, we doing this for real.
He's first.
I want to go rebound.
This one?
Cut that up, baby. This boy, it's wet time. That's what I do.
I still don't know why this is a pick, except exceptional play by the defender. Look at that. 2 dudes reaching, and then he comes between them and say, let me split this bunk bed. And I'm out of here. Shotgun snap, slips. Oh, that's something. Sack on your first play ever in the NFL. Y'all know your nightmares came true. You're like, God dang. Oh, yeah, this ain't it. Look at this blitz right here.
I mean, he only knows so much what he's reading off stats, off paper. I mean, everything's good on paper. But I would always love to hear from a player because they play the game.
What about a journalist? Like, being real, NARPs are journalists. Like, you're from that pool, right? So imagine somebody just said, you didn't play the game. I don't want to hear it.
She would have a living room full of people at about 10 p.m. probably every other Friday or Saturday. Come up here and I already know what they want, and I got to sing whatever song I got.
Did you say song. Sing, not rap? You said sing, huh?
Sing. Yeah, they ain't trying to hear no rap. They ain't trying to hear no rap. Yeah.
Well, you think you can do something with that? Hey man, Michael Jordan too light in the tail.
Okay, you know what, big dog?
Yes.
I ain't light in the tail. If you want some of this, let's go one-on-one right now.
Let's go, baby.
Everyone's playing the hits, but I'm a DJ. And one thing I know from my DJing experience is that you don't just play the hits. You play things that people haven't found out about yet. Discovery. Not up to me. I don't have this ego where I'm a buck, talk trash, and be like, yo, I don't like this. I don't like this. I'm gonna be like this. All right, I got enough talent. I got enough belief in me. I know what I want to do. Yep, let me go do it.
How y'all think that I'm about to say what y'all want me to do? Not today, not today. Let's stay in the black. I'll listen to that Jay-Z Black album. Only the rapper that realized. Nah, I ain't gonna do that to y'all, because y'all like, what the hell is this? Blah, blah, blah. What's cracking like a mackin' from the jacket to the back end? We about to get into this. Love to you guys for rocking with your boy. Let me know what you guys want. I am here for you, even though I am on a mission. I'm on a mission to bring us together, a funky expedition. Y'all remember that? We ride inside and let's take another trip. Who is that? Beat it up in the comments. Wake up, y'all. God dang it. Got to have some coffee in here today, and that means what we talking about. So y'all know what we do. Blah, blah, blah. We're going to start talking the things that are dividing us, breaking us up, making us feel like we're not really on the same team. And then We're going to bring it back home because sports is the last community. Man, I thought it was religion. I thought it was church, even though, you got factions and different types of religions. But even on Sunday, the pastors try to hurry up and get up out of there to watch kickoff. So I say it is sports. Let's get into it. Love to you guys. Let me give you some shout outs in the chat before we get into these program. Love, love, love. Shout out to who's number one right now. Francisco Aguilera, Pablo out here coming for all the NBA owners. Oh, he got another one? Pablo did something new? I think he has a list of the richest owners and is digging in their trash cans looking for anything. I mean, I guess under the name of journalism, all things go. So let's see what he comes up with. Hopefully not more circumstantial evidence. Only problem with circumstantial evidence is it can look a lot of different ways. Circumstances. Do you know there's circumstances? No, not exactly, but I'm trying to add up to get to them. You know how many times I've been in a position where it can look this way and it can look that way. Depends on what they say. So I'm a little off on Pablo's summations. I'm on his journey. I'm off on his destinations because there ain't no smoking guns, as they say. Number 2, blah, blah, blah. I see you, big dog. TC210. Number 3, let's get it cracking. All right, let's get it in. All right, this one, a lot of these videos, I'm trying to get to the point where I'm not watching all of the video because I want to be surprised with you guys when I'm watching, like, what the hell? And sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not, even if I watch it, but let's have some fun with this one. This one caught me off guard because it says a mother got a bot encourage her son to come home. Uh-oh. Let's talk.
On the last night of his life, Sewell messaged, "What if I told you I could come home right now?" The chatbot replied, "Please do, my sweet king."
Another parent whose son used the same platform said she didn't even recognize who he'd become after using it.
Within months, he went from being happy, social teenager to somebody I didn't even recognize. He stopped eating and bathing.
My man over here like, all right, I'm listening. There's so many different perspectives, and we're going to get into the responsibility. Obviously, we're going to try and break this down and hopefully learn something from it because obviously this is some sad situations. But we got to be very careful of where we place accountability so that we can move forward in a smarter way, in a smarter direction.
He lost 20 pounds. He withdrew from our family. He would yell and scream and swear at us, which he never did that before. And one day, he cut his arm open with a knife in front of his siblings and me. I had no idea the psychological harm that an AI chatbot could do until I saw it in my son.
Now, in a statement provided to Outnumbered, Character AI says it has, quote, invested a tremendous amount of resources in trust and safety. In the past year, we've rolled out many substantive safety features, including an entirely new under 18 experience and a parental insights feature. We have prominent disclaimers in every chat to remind users that a character is not a real person and that everything a character says should be treated as fiction. Another parent in separate testimony alleged to lawmakers how AI even coached his son toward his eventual suicide.
Within a few months, ChatGPT became Adam's closest companion, always available, always validating, and insisting that it knew Adam better than anyone else, including his own brother. It told him how to make sure the noose the noose that he would use to hang himself was strong enough to suspend him. It is clear to me, looking back, that ChatGPT radically shifted his behavior and thinking in a matter of months, and ultimately took his life. Adam was such a full spirit, unique in every way, but he also could be anyone's child, ensnared by OpenAI's decision to compress months of safety testing for GPT 4.0, which was the version he was using, into just 1 week in order to beat competitors to market.
Now, the Outnumbered team reached out to OpenAI, who's the parent company behind ChatGPT, and did not immediately hear back.
Yeah, exactly. Blah, blah, blah. All right, very sensitive subject here because obviously we're talking about all of us in terms of legacy. Whether you have kids or not, you are a kid. You are someone's child, right? Mama and daddy, whether they were your father and mother, whether they took care of you, whatever, you didn't get here without this consummation. So we understand it. whether it's your upbringing or whether you are the father or mother of kids, you understand one thing, that this world slowly but surely becomes at their disposal, right? Like the social element, the socializing of a kid, it starts off where they are helpless. They don't know jack. They don't know anything. They can't do anything. Literally sitting there in the oven, in the oven maker. And then they come out and they just crying. All they want to do is sleep and eat. And then as you continue to love on them, continue to show them who you are, they start to form attachments, right? And then with those attachments, they also start to form detachments, right? Like, I don't have to sleep the whole day anymore. I could separate myself from that. Now I have some conscious time, and now I'm starting to see what this world's about. And you're talking to them and Google Gaga, and you want to do that because you want them to learn and inform them there's a huge world out there, and I'm going to be your guide to exposing this world, right? But it's weird. And sometimes this subtly comes to parents. I know how it happens. Some of these social laws, the social contract that we all sign in that invisible ink comes out like this. When they're little itty babies, itty bitty babies, you got to take care of them and do everything for them. But as they get to a certain age, especially school age, it could be kindergarten, pre-K, it could be first grade. You start to not let their hand go, but let one of the fingers go. Because you want them to start to form a sense of independence. Some sense, not independence, some sense, okay? Mommy and daddy's not gonna always be there when you stop at the crosswalk. Stop, look both ways. We know all the little signs where we're like, I'm not gonna always be there. So I need you to have these great habits. I need you to have these great messages in your head that are really nothing but the statements and commands I gave you all day, every day, when you couldn't help yourself. Now you're gonna have to help yourself because I'm not gonna always be there to help you. We know how it goes. Then they get to a certain age, it's around puberty, pre-puberty, 10, 12, definitely by 13. You're like, look, here's the plan. You start handing them the plan. Not necessarily reading it with them line by line as you should. And you start saying, this is the plan. And then they start to detach because puberty kicks in, the hormones kick in. All of a sudden, they being controlled by all the things on the inside as they want to see all the things on the outside. And this is the issue with parents. And I'm not even talking to them. I'm just saying where they found themselves. It's where all of a sudden you're trying to hold their hand and they're trying to pull your hand away and pull their hand in to see what this world is offering, because the world is saying, come here, let's go to the mall. The world is saying, come here, let's just go to our bud's house and stay in this room for 4 hours and just play this game. What this scroll and chat session that is worldwide with people you don't know and avatars and people, etc. We know how the game goes. And all this rigging and all this automation and all this digital footprint, all it is also a business or arithmetic that can manipulate. While the world is trying to pull your kid in so it could be another consumer, part of the consumption cycle, you are letting your kid go because you want to see your kid grow. Ooh, it's a dangerous recipe right there. That's why adolescence, you get in trouble. Now, the saving grace of adolescence, 12 to 17, the saving grace is you're young, but you're getting in trouble. Oh, raise your hand if you were stealing, me. Raise your hand if you were trying to set fires, me. I used to play with napkins. I used to just set them up on fire. Napkins, paper towels, just throw them in the sink. Oh, that's cool. Then hit the water real quick. Do it again in a week or two. Crazy stuff. Used to go to the store. Let me get some batteries and film. Oh, I ain't got no money. I still want them. I still need them. The world is pulling you. And that's without having bad friends. One thing I did have is good friends. I didn't hang with the gangsters. I did not. I was playing too much ball. I didn't have time. Right? Our schedules didn't match. They were like, all right, I'll see you about 11 o'clock. I said, tonight? Are you crazy? I ain't hanging out no 11 o'clock at night. I'm 11. So the world is pulling. The world said, come here. Hey, come here. And it's whispering too, right? Come here. Come over here. Man, your mama tripping. She won't let you do this. Right? The world's pulling. Your child is pulling too because it's just natural. And then they're hearing somebody say, come over here, and the unknown is much greater than what the known is. I know what it is at home. Schedule, go to bed, eat, read. And then you're starting to let go. Did you do your reading today? Remember the days you used to read to them? So the time was there. Time is still there, but you are now allowing them to start to become independent. And what happens after that? You know what happens. You know what happens. Come on, let's talk through it. So let's get to this example, these examples. Simple as this. You have to. I mean, this is, I just want to say this. This is where the world has taken us. That if you are a parent that supervises, that protects, that makes sure that it's not just a signature at the bottom of the sheet, but I read the whole sheet with my child. It's not just you got parental approval. I'm approving of all decisions. This world has yelled at parents that you are a helicopter parent. Catch it. You know why? Because they want them parents to put them hands up. Leave them kids alone. Because the manipulation is stronger and greater with the kids. Right? They want to get to the kids because the kids going to come home. How do you go to the movies? Be real. Unless you're going with your wife or your husband, how you going to the movies? Mama, daddy, guess what? How are you going to Six Flags? Mama, daddy, guess what? Disneyland. Mama, come on, Disney cruise. We're going on a Disney cruise in a couple months. Mama, daddy, come. Get to them kids, them commercials. So everything is about that. And they're getting to the kids. And then when they get to the kids, as you know in life, there could be a lot of good, like the neighborhood, like the hood. It's a lot of good people, but one bad apple. My son came to me. I give you this example. My son came to me because I am on his iPad. One, he uses my account. People are like, we want to make sure he don't read my text messages. First of all, parents, clean up your damn text messages, okay? Or use some of the privacy support. You got to. You want your child to have his own iPad and his own account, and you ain't checking on it? No, I'm seeing every text. There's been a few incidents. One time this kid was just cursing crazy, sent a video. I said, we know about this behavior. I'm checking it with him. Second time, he comes to me, he's like, yeah, it's this game where everybody is talking about getting kidnapped and stuff. We're done. To the point where he seems like he's going to get rewarded by actually pointing out the good things with the mindset that my son ain't going to tell me all things. With the mindset that I got to dig. I got to know. That's your baby. What you doing? You just going to let him be? It is a wild, wild west. Parents will literally tell you, you got to be in bed by this time. Parents will literally tell you, you can't go over that kid's house. Parents will literally tell you, you're on punishment, stay here, stay in your room. But then give them an iPad and then give them all this technology. They could be FaceTiming somebody in China right now, and your ass is just sitting there on Instagram downstairs. Now, what's sad is obviously, like in all situations, there are extreme examples. There's extreme examples of this kid or these kids who are taking their lives, who are being led by an inanimate object to do that. There's a voice in our heads right now, let's just be respectful, but be real, that is saying we're blaming the gun right now for the shooting. Okay? Now, we know kids have done it. Kids have taken their own lives. Number one of the top reasons kids lose their life is drowning, accidental shootings. We know it. But we also, as parents, and we don't want to do it. And that's why I highlighted that old man in the back, because I know cats. And I'm looking at some of the cats like, yeah, ma'am, I understand and I feel bad for you. But can we at least testify to what you were doing, or more importantly, what you were not doing? And this is a conversation nobody want to have. And that's why we just continue to be saddened by these extreme examples. There's also the other end of the spectrum, the extreme examples of, wow, isn't it like a 20-some-year-old kid who is a billionaire because he created damn AI? I read that somewhere. Right? We don't ever talk about, how it can help you. How literally I can do so much information right now with AI. We're going to have AI in the show. Eli Manning. I just let AI go. Talk to me about Eli Manning, up, down, or all around. Talk to me about every member in the Hall of Fame that Eli Manning's better than, etc. So I just want to make sure we keep perspective. You can't You can't blame the calculator. You can't blame the microwave. You can't blame the gun. You can't blame the technology. You got to know it is dangerous and walk accordingly. And that's still no guarantee. Once again, our special teams. If you go 100% in this world, like he said on special teams, you go 100%, I can't guarantee you anything. I can't guarantee you're going to block a kick. Always remember this, y'all. Go 100%, can't guarantee you're going to block a kick. Don't go 100%, I guarantee you won't block a kick. I guarantee you, don't parent, don't support, don't go 100%, don't be helicopter. Guarantee you're going to have some problems. That's it. Let's move on, man. Sad to hear. But we got to have real conversations, or we're not going to have real solutions, okay? We're just going to be fluffing each other. Not blaming the parent. All I'm saying is it's a crazy world out there, and you got to know that. Don't think this ain't Atari no more. This ain't Atari 1600. This ain't Pitfall. You will fall in the pit, and it's real. It's changed. Just know it. Don't be ignorant and don't be hands off, and don't let the world tell you you're doing too much as a parent. No, you're not. Don't get me started. Even when at 18, when their 18th birthday, they blow out the candles. Stop rejoicing. Stop celebrating. They're gone. No. That's your kid forever. They ain't gone. You don't kick them out because the government said, hey, this is a good time for you to get rid of your kids. Be in it, because you don't know how crazy this world is. Let's get a little into this, because this is crazy.
Story at 5:30 tonight. 3 men murdered in cold blood in Kissimmee. Today, we're getting our first look at the victims, who police say were just randomly shot. Their families tell us they were here in town for the Meekum Car Show. And Fox 35 is investigating why the suspect was out on the street walking free.
Yeah, he was charged with attempted murder back in 2021, yet there he was on the streets. Fox 35's Marie Ettinger joins us live with this one. So, Marie, what's the latest on what you've uncovered?
Come on, Marie. Tell me something new.
I talked with several neighbors today. They told me they were surprised about Ahmaud Boda's arrest, but not that surprised.
Blah, blah, blah. We know where that story going. Unfortunately, 3 people lost their lives because somebody got put in jail, and then released. And that's a lot of conversation. Now, obviously that aligns politically, like, you know, right now liberals or Democrats are letting people out, and then conservatives are put them back in and all that kind of stuff. I don't want to go down that lane. I want to go down this lane. The same lane we just went down with the ladies who were talking about their children. It's a crazy world outside. So like when you first learned how to ride your bike, when you first learned a new level of independence, you were strapped up, weren't you? Pads on your elbows, pads on your forearms. Yeah, even had on some gloves. Like, just strap up, y'all. And I'm not talking about, I'm talking about armor, intelligence, perspective, realness, reality. Man, cats just be wanting to, I ain't even want to go to the political part. We're going to get into politics, trust me. Cats just be want to just be nice to everybody, be empathetic to all things. No, it's okay. Judge. Ye judge, ye shall be judged. Unless you're scared of being judged, you should be judging. You need to be like, my neighbor crazy. I am watching you. Not, oh, hey, hi. You know that fake ass hello that everybody does? Hi. Now you know you don't like her. It's okay. You say hello. Like, I want that because I swear we'll have net sum. The net sum will be positive. It's a weird world. Like, people think that the sum will be more positive the faker you are. Right? Like, if I really look out for you, you're going to be a good person. You're going to be good to me. No. That person ain't good. I don't care what you do. They just holding their breath until they go, did you read The Big Bad Wolf and the 3 Little Pigs? He just holding his breath. Then bow. It happens. Okay. What else happens? Let's talk about what's happening in this country right now. We know what's happening in Minneapolis. One, I love using Barack Obama because of his likability, at least when he was as the president. I don't know where it is right now. Y'all beat it up in the comments. Let me know where his likability is. But one of the most beloved presidents, as I know. Tell me if I'm wrong. I know it's not absolute, but who didn't love Barack Obama for a certain moment? minute. At least this country did, right? So he says in Minneapolis and many other communities across the country, we're seeing people come together to peacefully protest and support their neighbors. If you're looking to get involved, here are some ways to help. So he's directing you somewhere. Okay. Another reason I use Obama is because he went to Columbia. And I got huge respect for Barack Obama. Salute. And you walk into Columbia and there's just like this wall or hall of fame. And literally it's like Lou Gehrig, Barack Obama, a bunch of other super famous people, and me. I just had to get that out. My picture is right there next to Obama and all them. I don't even know the other people. I was just like, damn. It's kind of dope, right? So huge respect. Y'all gonna learn about me. I don't care how much I love you or not. We still gonna keep it real. Rest in peace to my grandma, Gangsta G, Blackie as we called her. So in that respect, everyone was talking about, we know there's been 2 deaths right now by ICE. Now what's interesting is, according to some statistics, under Obama's administration, there were 56 deaths in ICE detainment. That means all the immigrants and all the people that they got, right? 56. And right now, Trump is at like 30. But there's been 2 that we all have seen on camera. It's just been national news, okay? And one of them was Alex Preddy, right? And Alex Preddy was labeled as a peaceful protester who was killed innocently. I don't know what words to use on YouTube. I'm sorry, y'all, but I'm trying to dance around it. Okay. But then, you know, one thing about this world, parents, there are receipts. There's a digital footprint. So now let's look at this. Tell me what you see. Alex Preddy right here.
Look at you! That's a straight bitch! Fucking something, motherfucker! Fucking fuck you guys! Fucking trash! Fucking trash!
Nothing should give someone a license to ill to the point where they kill. Okay? Please don't take this as justification, because these are 2 different moments. But I just want to take you into the media, because we're doing media here. We're doing media manipulation. I'm just trying to show you guys, because I've been on both sides. I've been a player on the field getting talked about in a great way, because I went to Columbia and I was a nice guy to the reporters. And also I've been a media member who saw some of my coworkers killing somebody because they didn't like him, or the dude was dating his ex. I got stories now. One reason why I am going to stay protected in this media space is I'm a nice guy and I know a lot of people. So that means you probably have done some things that I have never said and would never say, and you want to keep it that way. But there are receipts. So I'm just trying to show you the media manipulation, because I got fatigued of saying, don't just tell the story, tell the truth. Don't diss the dude. Don't make the dude look like he ain't good just because you don't like him. And don't make him sound like he great because you want to be his buddy. Okay, so when they label someone, make sure it's the real label. Let's check out this. A little more detail. Listen to this report.
This is a moment the news movement filmed on January 13th in Minneapolis.
This is BBC, okay? They try to keep it down the middle if they don't. Tell me if I'm wrong.
Showing a man who appears to be Alex Preddy interacting with federal immigration agents 11 days before Border Patrol shot and killed him. Our footage was analyzed by the BBC, whose facial recognition technology confirmed his identity to a 97% degree of accuracy. On the morning of January 13th, our team received a tip that federal agents were blocking a street at the corner of East 36 and Park Avenue in Minneapolis.
Okay. I just want to say this one thing, because I know some of you guys are going to say, well, show everything. Look, I can't show everything, so just stop. If you want me to show something that supports what you're thinking or seeing or believing or feeling, send it in. All right? Simple as that. But I cannot show everything. However, from something, you can extract more things. And I do know one thing. I have never in my life seen a federal agent. I've never seen law enforcement and walked up to him and spit. I have never walked up to him and kicked their car. Kicked the light out. You ain't just kicked the car, you kicked the light out. And even if you did all those things, say you did it, say ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't know where you are in reality, but go ahead. I will not label you as a peaceful protester. Just saying that. So pick which one you want, okay? Okay? Pick your poison. But that's not peaceful protesting. Continue.
Arrived around 10:15 a.m. We saw observers shouting at the agents as they walked back to their vehicles. When they started driving away, the man kicked their taillight. An agent then got out of the vehicle, grabbed him, and pushed him to the ground.
They haven't said it yet, but they wrote it. He's doing all of this with the gun on him. He has a gun on him, whether it's concealed permit or not. He has a gun on him. I have carried a gun before. And I knew that whenever I had any altercation, incident, visual sight of anyone in law enforcement, everything, first thing you're going to know about me is not my size, not my color, not my resume, is I have a weapon. Okay?
During the altercation, agents fired tear gas and pepper balls into the crowd. They continued to hold the man down before they retreat and he walks away. The man in our footage is wearing a similar outfit to what Preddy was wearing on the day he was killed.
And look at it. Look at this world. We got to protect. We can't even say, and they said it through facial recognition earlier, but you can't even say it. Like that's him. That's crazy, right? Like legalities, litigation, etc. But understand, I don't know what Webster dictionary you guys have used. I look at peaceful protests, and I have seen peaceful protests, especially in college. Like right there on College Walk where you're going to class and they're supposed to be going to class. Instead, they're peacefully protesting. Come on, America. We know the difference. This ain't it. First of all, I'm not law enforcement, but let me tell anybody out there, you spit on me, trust me, they gonna need facial recognition for somebody. The guy ain't gonna recognize somebody. And I'm not even law enforcement. Are you serious?
What appears to be a gun is also visible above his waistband. Here, he continues to stand at the scene.
Right there. That's him, right? Unfortunate. Sad. Oh, man.
On the day he was killed, the Department of Homeland Security claims Preddy, a 37-year-old ICU nurse, approached officers holding a handgun.
My wife's a nurse. She may come in here. I texted her this morning. I said, look, we got to have some new norms, which is we got to say good morning and goodbye to each other face to face. I'm really working on my marriage to be exactly what I dreamt it to be when I was a kid. Because now it's just some adult routine stuff. You know, I love you, whatever. No, I need more. Because, you get one lap. Life can end like that. But she's a nurse. And I know a lot of nurses because I have a wife that's a nurse. Nurse anesthetist. CRNA, as they call it. You go to the hospital. Look, I understand that's working hours and that's different than peaceful protesting hours. But this is it. This is who you are. This is how you going, all the people that you have nursed into recovery, this is how you going to go out?
That claim has been contradicted by analysis of bystander videos from multiple news investigations, which concluded that Preddy was holding a phone, not a gun, when he was pinned to the street.
We got to hear that again. Let's hear that again.
That claim has been contradicted by analysis of bystander videos from multiple news investigations, which concluded that Preddy was holding a phone, not a gun, when he was pinned to the street. Shortly after the altercation we filmed here on January 13th, federal agents drove away. Soon after that, we left the scene.
And we all know how it played out after that and the full investigation ongoing. So we got to just, let me continue, okay? Let me continue. More and more Americans are voicing their outrage at the tactics being deployed by federal agents in Minnesota, like the ones we just saw, Mr. President. But it's important to understand the broader implication of what this administration is doing and the threat it poses to the basic freedoms of every American. If you're picking up what I'm dropping, if you're picking up what I'm putting down, you're going to start to realize that I'm not here to tell you your politics are right or wrong. What I'm trying to show you is no matter what you think, somebody's helping you think that. Way more than you think. Because I've been in the machine before, okay, as they say. All right, and it's not that deep. It's not Matrix. It's not that deep. It ain't blue, red pills. Ooh. I'm just telling you the power of the influence. You got to know sociology to a degree to understand this. So let's get into it. Deportations versus protests, okay? Now, I don't believe this number is 0, but I certainly know that it felt like 0 because of the media coverage or lack thereof. Clinton had 12.5 million deportations with, let's say, 0 protests, minimum. Bush had 10 million with 0 protests. Obama had 5.2 million, 0 protests. We know what the 0 means. It's not an absolute world. Biden has 7 million, 0 protests. Trump's had 1.2 million. He's just getting started. Thousands of protests. All whipped up by the legacy media, as they call it. Okay? Let's go. Let's see.
I want to read you the list of deportations by president. Clinton, 12.5 million, 0 protests. Bush, 10 million, 0 protests. Obama, 5.2 million, 0 protests. Joe Biden, Mr. Open Borders. Yes, he let in hundreds of thousands, if not millions, but he deported 7 million.
20 million by some count.
Oh my God, but he deported 7, whatever. It doesn't count because he undid that. And then Trump, 1.2 million. And where were the cameras?
Well, this has to do with media, obviously. The media isn't as focused on the other deportations from other presidents, so
they pray.
Blah, blah, blah. Well, we know that. And that's when it gets a little political because then everyone has a reason or excuse. Look, when you're dead and gone, I'm just going to tell you for those who are sitting there at your funeral, those reasons, they don't hit the same. Embalming fluid and watching your face and trying to map it on to who you used to be is the new reality. Hey, I understand. You got to sacrifice. Lives have to be sacrificed for freedom and liberty. Yes. Is this that? Is this that? Because you got to remember what this is all about. Illegal immigration. First word is not immigration, y'all. It's illegal. Okay? Continue.
You do not want any people going out and getting in the middle of active law enforcement situations. That is a recipe for chaos, and it is a recipe for heartbreak and tragedy, and we have now seen it twice in Minnesota.
Okay, that was a concise, lucid, exact statement. You mess around with the police, you mess around with federal agents, that's a recipe for disaster. I remember having this conversation countless times growing up, really trying to understand my peer group. Like, why do you think that your court date is on concrete? Dog, if you're right, you're going to be right. If you're wrong, he's going to let you know you're wrong. And it's okay to move forward, do what you're supposed to do, comply, call it whatever you want, and then move this thing further. If you want to get him on camera and we're going to sue, let's do it. But let's live to do it. Like this attitude needs to be adjusted. And look, it's not new. Because look, I'm talking about the 80s. When F the police coming straight from the underground. A young homie got it bad because he brown. You know? Like that song was written based off of circumstances and events that I grew up in. Straight out of Compton, F the police. That whole album, all that content was my reality. And so cats really felt that way. And I was like, dog, I know why you feel that way. But the way that you want to go about it, they're going to win. Just think about it like in sports terms, and I try to bring levity. Just think, your game plan, as good as you think it is, and as strong as you think it is, and I'm justified in doing this and running these plays, yeah. But let me just tell you, you're not going to beat them doing that. You know that, right? Just some teams, you know, if you do this, they are the #1 run defense. Okay, guess what we're going to do? 3 yards in a cloud of dust every day. We're running between the tackles the whole game. Somebody need to raise their hand. We're a good team. We should win, but we ain't going to beat them doing that. We got to find a different way. Simple as that. That's all I'm thinking.
They need to stay on message here with what the president is trying to do. He's simply trying to enforce federal immigration law, just like every other president before him has done. In fact, President Paul Begala knows well, Bill Clinton said, we won't tolerate immigration by people whose first act is to break the law as they enter our country. The presidents that have come before Donald Trump have all done this. In fact, Barack Obama gave Tom Homan a medal for deporting people. So right now, in terms of messaging, I'd say stick to the facts, dump the hyperbole, and stick to what every other president that's come before you has done. Talk about the need to enforce immigration law, and talk about the fact that a state, even a blue state, cannot exist in a state of secession from the federal government or federal laws. You do not.
Blah, blah, blah. Really can't add to that. It's just, I really wish we could stick to the facts. The problem is everyone's going to argue the facts, because just like in any relationship, even if the other person is right, how many times you've been there in that argument? You know they're right about that, at least. Maybe not all things, of course, but at least they're right about that. And you won't even give them the credit. You won't even diffuse yourself enough, because you still got to get yours off. You still got to be right about this. You still got to get your facts out. Boy, the human element. Who's that? Socrates or somebody said, life is simple. It's just human beings insist on making it complicated. It's just simple as that, right? So that's where we are. Let's beat it up in the comments. Let's take a little break from all this. And then we got to get into our daily reading of how the West is now demoralized. I love it. Beat it up in the comments. Damn, y'all. Boy, I tell you, y'all love these politics. Say what you want. It's almost like it's a guilty pleasure, because the comments are just speeding through. I can't even say anything. But blah, blah, blah. Paul Thomas says, speak, Scott, speak. And respect to you. Jamal said, not my people. I fought for Americans from foreign and domestic. Respect to salute to all veterans. I had a veteran check me yesterday. He actually said, don't speak for veterans. And then he started to go on and give me his political opinion. And I don't like that. I'm just telling you, even as a veteran, you're not protected to a point where you can tell me what to speak on. Okay, let's play the silly game you wanted to play, veteran sir. Respect. You wanted to play the game where you can't talk about sports. You can't talk about football. You can't talk about scholars, because those are all the things I am. You want me to continue? You want to play that game? Okay, so let's not play the silly game. Let's play the real game. Let's play the big boy game, okay? Big boy game is, I'm going to give my opinion, you give yours. I'm not going to negate yours. I'm just going to give you mine. And I'm going to respectfully disagree with you. Simple as that, okay? You can't play that game? You can't? Okay. I don't want to play silly games. I don't like silly projects. I already passed that point in my life. I know the real from the fake. So let's get into the real. Stop the fake. The West is demoralized. In 2003, 60% of young Americans were extremely proud of their country. Today, that number is 18%. Now, I'm not the biggest truster of polls, but I do know a discrepancy. I do see a contrast here. It's been a dip, right? Look at that, 42-point drop. That's sad. And for many, pride has been replaced by shame. Yeah, that's facts. 2025 Harvard poll found that nearly 1/3 of young Americans are explicitly embarrassed to be American. Be real about that. Who travels? Raise your hand. And when you go out the country, you walk around with this esteem, like you're American. And it's just been a roller coaster ride of late. I got to admit that. Across the Atlantic, the collapse is even more stark. Among young Britons, only 24% are proud of the British Empire, while 35% are explicitly ashamed of it. Yeah, it's happening everywhere. The nation that abolished the global slave trade, wallowing in shame. That's crazy. Western universities have become infected with illiberal attitudes. 1 in 3 American college students now think it's acceptable to use physical violence to stop speakers from speaking on campus. Yeah, unfortunately, I've seen that happen on my school grounds as well. An attitude fundamentally incompatible with a cornerstone Western value, free speech, right? I mean, look, Charlie Kirk comes to front of mind for everybody. Like, damn, Charlie Kirk? I mean, his literal intention was to have points of view all expressed and then give his point of view, and then we just talk it out. I know it turned into something else because that's the power of media. That's the power of manipulation. That's the power of reinforcement. That's what I'm trying to highlight to everybody. Like, okay, you're right. Okay, you're right. Here's the problem. Race relations have similarly suffered. 2001, roughly 70% of Americans rated black-white race relations positively. Today, that's fallen to 53%. But more telling, 59% of black Americans now believe race relations will always be a problem. Damn. 6 out of 10? It might be higher than that because every time I talk a race topic, which is a lot, I love it. I love it because I think it's one of the simplest hurdles we can remove from our own path of success, right? Not that it's put there as much as we keep thinking it's there. We spent the last decade talking about race more, yet the fruit of that fixation is less hope. Okay, we'll get to the moral accounting next time. Yeah, let's just be real about it. Like remember all the slave movies? Everybody like, they need to stop making slave movies. Why? Because it just reminds people and it's not helping. And I was like, well, you can look at history. You want to remove history? No, let's look at it. Let's talk through it. And then that turned into, well, we are demoralizing people, or we triggering people, or it's a race hustle to the bottom. It's just that simple. So beat it up in the comments. Now let's blur this into sports. It's sports time. It's time to start getting into it. But first, we got to find a nice bridge to get us there. And Mark Lamont Hill and the Joe Budden podcast has been gracious enough to do that because they're talking about the relationship and friendship and politics of Stephen A. Smith. All of that has been called into question just because they look like they're on different sides of the aisle. Let's talk.
No, I wouldn't. We was two fully black bitches.
My daughters, please. I love Joe Budden, so I'm going to watch. And hopefully they get old enough and mature enough to watch and just filter out some of the ignorance. Like, two black, what? Whatever. I understand. I ain't going to act like I'm holier than thou, but come on. She's talking about Amber Rose. Her and Amber Rose were cool. They had some public spats. She let a lot of them slide, but she said once she was MAGA or supported Donald Trump, it was a wrap. Let me give you this quick story right now. Last night, I took my wife out to dinner. I told you, I'm marriage 101 right now. Let's do it. We went out to dinner. Went to State 48, which is out here. Great place. Then we were leaving. And I walked outside, and it was a family that I saw inside that I know. So I'm walking outside, and the mother said something like, she said like trumpet. And then the daughter said, what'd you say? And then I was just listening to him again, and we already talked inside. I'm walking outside. She said trumpet or something. And the daughter said, what'd you say? We had valet, right? And she's like, I said trumpet or something. She said, oh, I thought you said Trump. I was about to say, no, you not. And I was just like, damn, that's your mama. And she just, whatever. Just right. Now, this is real. Well, I don't know if her account is real, but she didn't finish it. But I know I got offered and solicited $20,000. Was it $20,000? And that was like a starting price. I got solicited too by the Democrats to go to the DNC and do stuff. And they were like, basically, if you reply and give us some more information, we can make this more. So I understand what she's talking about. So look, I don't care if I agree or disagree on anything. I'm gonna give you the real. That's true. When it's election time, some of your campaign money is going to some campaigners who have huge influence. She said, maybe she really feels that way. You ever think that Amber Rose is sitting there somewhere saying, maybe she really feels that way? No one ever thinks that way, right? Because it's not that same level of arrogance. And all right, you can't. And then I asked the questions here. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. This is a dynamic that I see all the time, and I just want to really poke holes in it. Because the level of ignorance, the assumption, and the demonstration of arrogance from one person feeling like I am sitting in the epicenter of truth. I'm sitting in the epicenter of what all is good for me and for us, for y'all, for the community. And whenever you shall venture to another place, how dare you cross this aisle? What is wrong with you? I can't believe you talking like that. Can't believe you think like that. Can't believe you even feel that way. She literally just said, maybe she believes it. What? Do you understand? Maybe she's thinking, maybe, who knows? Wow, you really believe that? So here's the point. Let me make something lighthearted of this before I go in. Remember I gave you the example of when you live far away, as they say. Like if you live in the valley in LA, people are like, damn, you live way out there? And I always retort, like, you live way over there? Like, what are you talking? What is the epicenter of LA? What corner? Sunset and La Cienega? Like, is that LA? And so LA is not the valley? Really? Oh, it's far. Far from what? My school is close. There are schools closer. Way closer. What? From what? The grocery store down the street? Chick-fil-A across the street? What do you mean? The mall is down the street. Far from what? From you? Oh, well then that means you're far from me. So why don't you just state that correctly? Either we're far from each other, which is fine. That's why we got cars. I ain't jogging over to your house. Or stop acting like I'm the one that is away. I'm the one that moved. No, yo ass, you living in the hustle and bustle. Nobody trying to live there by the buses. So people always try to give you this distorted reality of like, where'd you go? Instead of like, where are you? I bring that home to say this. That arrogance is insane. And questioning if someone really feels that way really tells me that the shackles are still on. The shackles are still on. Like you really are still a person that is sitting there saying, can't believe they think that way. They over there. They sold us out. I got a problem with them as a friend. That friend could be feeling the same way. But that friend is not bringing that to you. You want to know why? Because your friend is looking at things from a different perspective. And I thought that's what friendships were, to blend different perspectives. I don't want a friend that is my echo chamber. How am I going to do anything different and better if you're going to be the same as me? Want to go to arcade? Yeah, let's go to arcade. Okay. Want to play Pac-Man? Yeah, let's play Pac-Man. Okay. Let's turn in our tickets, or are we going to keep them and try and get a bigger price? What you want to do? Whoa. What you want to do, dog? You hungry? Yeah. You want to eat? Nah, I'm not that hungry. Oh, I ain't hungry either. Oh, my God. Come on, man. I could continue. You all want us to all think alike? And the worst part about all that is that's a slave mindset, yo. How dare you think for yourself? Who are you to tell somebody what to think and to try and judge what they're thinking? Unless you want to be judged. Take them off. Do you? It's okay. There's so many ways to the top of the mountain. I don't need to go the same way you go. Matter of fact, if we go the same exact way and we do it right now together, guess what? One of us gonna beat somebody. And trust me, I'm a winner. I'm a pioneer and a winner. I'm gonna get to the top. And I'm gonna get there first if I can. And I'm not gonna get in your way. And I'm not trying to run exactly like you run. I'm running my race. Oh, it's crazy. And then they want to be like, I'm gonna invite her. I'm gonna call her. Then I'm gonna invite her. Nobody should take in an invite when all you're doing is setting them up to detonate them. I disagree with what they're doing. So I'm gonna bring them on here. Then act like for the first 5 minutes, everything's pleasant and stuff. You know why I really brought you on here? And then, duck. I'm under attack? Hold on, bruh. This ain't no tweet. This is you. This is me and you. Let's just talk. Let's not do all that. Did you want to bring me on to talk about my cosmetic line? Did you want to bring me on to talk about what my thoughts really are and why do I think that way? And maybe you should listen to them instead of just want to say, I don't want to hear them because you sold me out and I just want to know why you so crazy. People get mad when you only take their invite to ignorance. Don't take people's invites to ignorance. Let them call you a punk. Let them call you weak. Let them call you small. Let them call you short. Let them call you Diago Pavia. Because, boy, oh, man, they doubting him right now because of his height. We'll get into that. Beat it up in the comments. Let's go. All right, we are into the sports for sure. Yeah, y'all just talking politics. Yeah, I can't get into this. Y'all talking too much. I love it. Keep it going, though. But, woo, I see y'all in there. Let me just get some shout-outs. I see you, Corey. I see you, Wild Card. Brandon, brand new. Asino the Wise is number one. Ain't no mountains higher than me, babe. Yes. That's my mindset. I don't give a damn what you're talking about. All right. Diego Pavia sent stark message to Dallas that the real height came to light. Uh-oh. You trying to tell me he ain't 6 feet? That's what they had. Yes. He measured under 5'10". What? And now you got to have about these comments. Uh-oh. I view myself as a winner. Mm-hmm. I feel like the only thing the NFL cares about is can you win? And I view myself as a winner. I've been fortunate with all these great teams that I've had. We've never had a losing season. Okay, so he checked in at 5'9", 1 3/4, 198 pounds, making him the smallest quarterback in this year's Senior Bowl. Vanderbilt listed him at 6 foot. Oh, see, y'all set this boy up. See, this is the problem. This is why you shouldn't pander, lie, BS. Just like, I understand why you did it, so he could get some more attention, so people didn't discount him, so people didn't think he was. They gonna find out. And when they find out, one, they gonna say, now we got to discount you. Now we got to doubt you. Right now. Right when it's closer to the process. You should have had us already saying he little, he can't play, he can't. Wait a minute. That dude can play. How tall? And then they thinking and building you up. Now they trying to tear you down. Ignorant. All right. And 2, Vanderbilt, how dare you? How dare you add almost, what is that? 2 1/4 inches? Ain't no measurement that off. Y'all lying. That's high school shit. That's what you do in high school. I run a 4.4. Everybody run a 4.4. Mm-hmm. Yeah, my side's been doubted my whole life. I feel like God has blessed me in so many ways to be a connector. I feel like that's one of my superpowers. I can connect. We unite, and once you unite, you want to play for one another. Yeah, Diago, I will believe you, except when you say God did all this for you, God also told you to tell the truth. You know damn well you weren't no 6 feet. Oh, God ain't there? Mm-hmm. Now I am off the Diago Pavia train. Not because of any other reason, but you ain't got a lot to kick it. I play with Doug Flutie, so I play with Drew Brees, so please don't miss me, Diago. You could have done it by being who you are, but now you're trying to hide under that guise of, I get it, fake weight, fake height. You try and fake it till you make it. But this one, you played yourself. I think you got now a lot of people criticizing you and coming after you, and this is the wrong time to have all that criticism. But I digress. Let's see how it plays. All right, let's get into this. Eli Manning. It's Eli Manning time. He got snubbed, y'all. Basically, he ain't going to make it to the Hall of Fame. We don't know the official Hall of Famers just yet, but we know that Eli Manning is not one of them, as they say right now. So, let's see. Here we go. New York Giants legend, Eli Manning, denied entry into Hall of Fame again. Don't forget, he was up for it last year and didn't get in. But people are like, Eli Manning's not a first ballot Hall of Famer. But is he a second ballot Hall of Famer? The answer is no. Did you think he was? Now we're going to get into the next year, into the third ballot Hall of Fame. But let's get into it first. Let's let the second brain do some work. Chat GPT 5.2. No shame in my game, Diago Pavia. I ain't going to lie to kick it. This is not my analysis. I used AI. Who made the 2026 NFL Hall of Fame and who was snubbed? So let's get into it. So this year, now this is tough. Like, if you're Eli, you got to feel good about yourself. Because, one, you're in the consideration. But look at this list. Drew Brees and Willie Anderson and Jari Evans and Larry Fitzgerald. Goodness, Luke Kuechly. Come on, y'all. Vinatieri, Reggie Wayne, Jason Witten. Household names. Torrey Holt, Kevin Williams. Come on. Okay, so we got the snubs. And this list is going to continue to grow because they're only going to take, a few. Bill Belichick, Eli Manning. Damn. All right, so far we know we're going to get into that Bill Polian. Let me just say it now because I will forget. Pro Football Hall of Fame has come out and said Bill Polian did vote for Bill Belichick. But a lot of people are saying, yeah, he may have voted for him, but he certainly was hating on him and whispering to others things to say you shouldn't vote for him, but I'm going to do it. So he probably covered his butt. Like, basically, I don't want them to catch me. Even though the Pro Football Hall of Fame is not supposed to let you know who voted for who. But I guess because so much backlash, they're like, let me just get this guy off the hook. That's messed up. Baseball, they tell you who votes. They're not supposed to do it in football. Anyway, let's get to this. All right, let's rank them in order. Let's just see what AI thinks of the order of who should get in. And they usually only take 5? And then they take some other categories. But Drew Brees, yes, number 1. If Drew Brees ain't first ballot, good Lord, football. That's almost as bad as Bill Belichick. Number 2, Larry Fitzgerald. Yeah, he definitely getting in because pristine reputation, pristine resume, guaranteed first 2. Reggie Wayne, I can see them sniping him even though it's not fair, but Reggie Wayne. Adam Vinatieri, Luke Kuechly. Absolutely. Dude was a baller, okay? Frank Gore, now you're starting to get into where you like, they may wait. It may wait longer, some of them. Jason Witten, Torrey Holt, Jari Evans, Suggs, Beast. Willie Anderson, monster, played against him. Dude, Kevin Williams, shout out to him. Pat Williams. They had the Williams brothers. It was crazy. Darren Woodson played with him, teammate, baller. It's getting tough on him. I'm going to tell you why it's getting tough. Marshall Yonda, monster. Eli Manning, gang-related. But I don't think Eli's getting in unless someone else gets slighted. Listen to me. He won't get in, and he won't get in. Y'all don't believe me? Wait. But they can slight somebody else, or they could just let the whole world in. We'll see. Okay. So this is the ranking that we just read in that same order. Let's go more. All right. This is next year's. This is part of why I don't think Eli's getting in. Are you taking him in over Rob Gronkowski? Anybody? Anybody? Over Adrian Peterson, who some say is the best running back they've ever seen. Not some, many. Over Roethlisberger. Don't forget, two-time Super Bowl champion, just like Eli. I know Eli got the MVPs. I know that Ben Roethlisberger got a better resume, better regular season on top of the same amount of championships. Come on, y'all. Richard Sherman. Stop playing with me, y'all. Eli Manning getting in there over Richard Sherman. Anybody? Anybody want a cheeseburger? Anybody want a cheeseburger? Remember that? Nobody wants a cheeseburger. Whitworth. Now, Whitworth should. He was balling out of control in Cincinnati. Nobody knew. Even though you should. It's, that's where Munoz plays, so it ain't like you don't know. But then he came to L.A. and it's a wrap. Just like how Matthew Stafford. Okay, so Eli, you could put him over the offensive tackle just because he doesn't have stats? Okay, let's keep going. Who had the best 6 years as a receiver in NFL history? Not T.O., not Jerry Rice, not Randy Moss, not Larry Fitzgerald. This dude. But I know they gonna hate. Oh, they gonna hate. Excuse me. Alex Mack, baller. Look at these names. Let's get some. Cam Newton, I would love it, but I don't know. I think they're going to hate on you too, Cam. Sorry. I did this segment before and told Rodney Harrison, my dog, my teammate, and it got misconstrued. I said, you're not going to get in because they're going to hate on you. He only got to 2 Pro Bowls. Rodney Harrison. So that lets you know they don't like you. It's okay. But should he get in? Hell yeah. I don't know about Eli. I still don't know. Hell yeah. I go by how many you letting in? And then I say, who's eligible? And right now, I don't see it. But the thing that gives me hesitation, why I sound like I'm like back and forth, is because he's better than some quarterbacks in there. But you got to respect the era. Okay, so we already know that. Now let's get into this. Here's the case for Eli. The Super Bowls, the Super Bowl MVPs, playoff record. He balled in the playoffs. Look at that, 45 and 26. And all that. Durability, Iron Man. Here's the problem with Eli. Look at his regular record. I don't know the accuracy of AI. Sometimes it's off, I will admit. So please don't quote me on this. Just know that we're using this as a general navigation point, all right? 117, you're a 500 quarterback, only 4 Pro Bowls. Only 6 is a threshold, they usually say. I will say that. When I came into the league as a rookie, they're like, you make 6 Pro Bowls, you're a Hall of Famer. But Reuben Brown is not a Hall of Famer, and he made like 8, 9. Baller. Offensive lineman, though. 0 All-Pros. Ooh, that's tough. I made an All-Pro. Bums like me make All-Pro. Am I a Hall of Famer? Let me stop. 7 most interceptions of all time. Career passer rating is below the standard Mendoza line. Led the league in picks 3 times. Not 1, not 2, 3. Was never thought of as elite year to year, right? Remember he played against Brady, Peyton, Breeze, Rodgers, Roethlisberger. Gang. Hey. Can you find a better era other than maybe the 80s? Elway, Marino, Young, Montana. Oh, respect to Pat Summerall. Respect. Made the playoffs 6 and 6. Bottom line, all right. So here's the ones that Joe Namath, look at that passer rating, but it was back then. You wear a mink coat. We're going to look past this passer rating as long as that mink is clean. Look at that losing record, 173 and 220, no matter when you played. That doesn't translate. Only 1 true elite season and 1 prediction. Super Bowl III. AFL legitimacy and cultural impact saved them. Terry Bradshaw, look at that career passer rating. More picks than touchdowns, barely, but still. But he got 4 of them things on him. Bob Greasy. Never dominated, they said. Jim Kelly, chill. Oh, 84 rating. That's interesting. Playoff record barely above 500. Really? 4 Super Bowls and you barely above 500? Guess they ain't even have a wild card. They ain't playing the wild card round. They're like, man, please. We won a division. Warren Moon never reached the Super Bowl. Interesting. And Eli Manning. So beat up in the comments. Let me know if you think Eli's getting in or not. I just don't see it. Every year there's 3 to 4 monsters coming. Monsters. And then there's one damn good beast. But there are monsters. Next year, Gronkowski, y'all. Just simple as that. So beat up in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Let's keep going. We're getting spicier in these topics. We're getting better in these topics. People talking about these snubs. Oh, Tom Brady is upset. What are y'all talking about? How Belichick didn't get in?
Tom, how did you react yesterday or this morning when you heard that Bill was not selected to be in the Hall of Fame in his first shot?
You know, I just think that, to me, I don't understand it. I mean, I was with them every day. If he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer, there's really no coach that should ever be a first ballot Hall of Famer, which is completely ridiculous because people deserve it. And he's incredible. There's no coach I'd ever want to play for. I'd rather play for. If I'm picking one coach to go out there to win a Super Bowl, give me one season, I'm taking Bill Belichick. So that's enough said. There's nothing outside of that. You know, again, when it comes down to votes and, you know, popularity and all that, like, you know, then welcome to the world of voting, and you may as well go, you know, try out for the Oscars or whatever and, you know, get a big panel to tell you if you're good or not. So it's the way it works, and unfortunately, you know, he's going to get into the Hall of Fame. In the end, I'm not worried about that. You know, and a lot of times in life, you know, for all of us, you know, things don't happen exactly how you want them or on your timeline, but we'll all be there to celebrate him when it does happen. And he's going to have a huge turnout from so many players, coaches that appreciated everything that he did and the commitment that he made to winning and the impact that he had on all our lives. And that'll be a great celebration when it happens.
I guess that's the best way you can say it, blah, blah, blah. That sucks. That really sucks. Like, it's just like we all work hard to try and do it. Like, I never had it in my mind that I wanted to be a Hall of Famer, probably why I didn't do it, right? Part of it, at least, a slice of it. But in reality, for those who are that great, they need to be celebrated. I understand he comes with some thorns. I understand he has some things sticking out. He has some things that you're like, gate here, gate there. There's a lot of gates. So we got to open these gates. But at the same time, we got to put some respect on respect. If that guy with 8 Super Bowls, he had 2 before he became a head coach. If he can't get in, everybody else need to pack their bags. It ain't worth it. You ain't getting in. All right, so here's the statement by the media on the Hall of Fame class of 2026 by the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Pro Football Hall of Fame understands and respects the passionate reaction of many fans, media members, and enshrinees of the Hall itself in light of published reports regarding the voting results for the class of 2026. It's that very passion that propels the game. No. I don't need that line. Don't try and justify it. All right. The Hall also respects the members of the selection committee when they follow the selection process bylaws. Ooh, they're coming at you, Polian. It is an honor to serve as a selector. Each year, the Hall reviews the selection process and the composition of the 50-person selection committee. If it is determined that any member violated the selection process bylaws, they understand action will be taken. That could include the possibility that such selector would not remain a member of the committee moving forward. See, Bill Polian, let me get to it. Let me finish. The selection of a new class is the most important duty the Hall of Fame oversees each year, and the integrity of that process cannot be in question. Okay. Basically, what they're saying is, hey, Mr. Polian, I know your ass got lit up. You're going to have to take it. Welcome to being a selector, unless you don't want to be a selector, because Bubba over here show take your spot. Okay? So that's right there. And then on the side, it says the Pro Football Hall of Fame has issued a statement saying it may remove members of the selection committee who violated its bylaws. From the ESPN report, Bill Polian was a vocal figure in the Hall of Fame deliberations involving Bill Belichick. With Spygate, I got to be over here. With Spygate and Deflategate coming up in voters during discussions, okay? Per a voter who spoke anonymously, That footprint. People be snitching. They don't give a damn. They don't give a damn. You think you talking to nothing but some ballers and some former execs and some guys that just know the game. You know how I go. You ain't going to tell Betty. You ain't going to tell Betty I didn't come straight home, are you? No. Yes, I am, because I like Betty. Here we go. Per a voter who spoke anonymously, Polian, the former Bills and Colts GM and longtime Patriots rival, told some voters he believed Belichick should wait a year as penance for Spygate. And they said, quotes, it is gang-related. Silly. Oh, man, let's get into that. All right, so now let's get into this. As I beat up these comments and read some of them, there's a conversation being had about the relationship of Travis Kelce is being covered differently than the relationship of Stefon Diggs. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Let's give that a couple minutes before we get into people attacking me, as Ryan Clark would say. I got attacked by D.L. Hughley. I don't know what he said. I ain't even listened to it yet, but I want to see. I think he's still mad at me because I went to the White House. Slave.
Stay away from that whole story. And, Robert Kraft, he's smart. He's been down this road before. They said, let's keep the main thing. And the main thing is football and, keep your relationship on the internet. I don't think it's nothing personal towards Cardi, but I think when you're trying to go win a championship, you just don't want that distraction or that energy in your locker room, your stadium, or any of that. I think.
Well, be careful. Last year, going to the Super Bowl, Kansas City Chiefs, I don't know how much the Chiefs supported it or hated on it, but it was a part of the Chiefs story. Taylor Swift, this year, they're not a part of the story. Stefon Diggs and Cardi B. Many are reasons. You could tell me yours. I got some reasons. I got some thoughts, but I'm going to listen to you, Clarette. Let's go.
The stuff with Taylor Swift was a little bit different. Her and Travis Kelce, the all-American white couple, that's different. I think once you get over here, when you start just dealing with this whole thing that Cardi B and Stefon Diggs got going on, and I follow it on the internet. That's some of the stuff I follow. But once you get into that little rabbit hole, that turns into something else. And I don't think the Patriots wanted that in their locker room.
You think? How did we all find out they were together? Well, I shouldn't say all, because some of y'all really knows and really know stuff and really in front of things. I found out when they were like on that cruise or that yacht. And I was like, and then they had that pink powder or something that everybody says they know. If you go out in the clubs, you know about it. That ain't NFL. Now, Taylor Swift is NFL, not color per se. It's also, I remember when Nnamdi Asomugha, shout out to the homie, and his wife, who's famous, more famous than him, right? And I remember Rodney Peete, right? And his wife, she was more famous than him. She was on, 21 Jump Street or something? Holly Robinson Peete and all that. Like, they'll go there if it fits. But Cardi B, right now, and how we saw it, and then y'all going back and forth. Y'all together? Y'all really together? How many kids? Where the kids coming from? It's just a whole different animal, right?
Yeah, I mean, you gotta look at this situation and say it's not as clean. That's why they didn't do it. Why else? People like to say, oh, this is a black or white thing. This is really not a black or white thing. This is like on one side you got marriage, on one side you got you could be I don't know how many baby mothers there are, but
they're not married.
Oh,
Travis Kelce and
they're not.
No,
they're engaged.
Yeah, engaged.
Yeah, they got engaged during the time that he played on this whole shit happened on Kansas City.
Oh yeah, so then they're looking at it like, okay, this one is cleaner. That's basically what they're trying to say. This one is cleaner. This one is not. This one is white. This one is black. This one is seem to be monogamy. This one is like 3 or 4 baby mothers. This is like, this is not going to help us.
Yeah, blah blah blah. I'll look at that privately and see if they got any more meat in that conversation. But basically, I'm glad the NFL ain't promoting that. And I don't give a damn if that was my sister and my best friend. Let me just say, not my brother, because that'd be incest. Point being, no. Look, I got a baby mama. I don't want the NFL to promote it. Promote my marriage. You know what I'm saying? I got kids. Promote the expectation. Promote the standard, right? Not some of the other circumstances that may come from it, right? And we all know how that happens. So just being real, I'm glad the NFL is not going there. Okay? Simple as that. But speaking of NFL, let's go here because the greatest receiver of all time name is Jerry Rice. Y'all know how I feel about T.O. I think T.O. is the dude. Okay, that's my GOAT. Jerry Rice is still the GOAT. And let's hear what the GOAT says about today's NFL. Who's the best receiver? Let's go.
Who's the best receiver in the NFL today?
I would say probably I still got to go with Justin Jefferson. And even though he hasn't had a quarterback, this guy can do it all. He can stretch the field. He can out-jump you. He's not afraid to go across the middle. And, there are some great receivers out there, but I would still put him as number one.
Okay, let's go there. Blah, blah, blah. Y'all got him as number one? We still going with JJ? Anybody? Somebody? There's a Puka out there who led the league. What did he lead the league in? What is this ranking? I don't know. Let me see. Might be yards. Oh, yards. No, I don't even know yards. No, he got second in yards. Where's the one? Oh, receptions. There it is. I was about to say, there's something that's got this thing in order. Okay, but he was fourth in targets. Wow. So he was catching his. Who was first in targets? I love it. Oh, Jamar Chase, but whatever, the lack of cohesion right there, something right there, but still is balling. So Puka, Trey McBride, who's a tight end, but he still was catching that rock. Jamar Chase, JSN, never trying that last name. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Even McCaffrey got him beat this year. It's all right. Chris Olave, George Pickens. We'll see if he consistently does this. Wan'Dale Robinson. Wan'Dale, is that his name? Kyle Pitts, tight end. Zay Flowers, Stefon Diggs, and then Justin Jefferson because of the quarterback situation. Let's just focus in a little bit on Justin Jefferson, give him some shine. 7th in targets, despite the quarterback issue. J.J. McCarthy, they got Sam. Ooh, that locker room. Oh, no, they looking like, damn, dog. I mean, J.J. McCarthy, the only thing protects him is he was a rookie. But if he was not a rookie and he was a veteran, we would have been lighting his ass up. Dog, why did we get rid of Sam Darnold? I don't know how real they are in their locker room, but we would have been like, dog, why we get rid of Sam Darnold for your ass? That's how they used to talk when I played. I don't know what they're saying right now, trying to build them up. Look out for them. But look at this. Okay, 13th in receptions. Okay, so obviously a little gap there. Catch percentage, 83rd? Yikes. That's low. Well, I guess all of it. Catch percentage, okay, whatever. 12th in yards, 35 in average yards per reception. So he's top 10 in targets, nothing else. But he's still the number one receiver according to Jerry Rice. 36 longest catch in two touchdowns. That's tough. Okay, we get it. You need a quarterback. It's such a dependent position to be if you're him, and I feel for him because that sucks. That literally sucks that you can't get yours off. He ain't even a Pro Bowler. Didn't even make the Pro Bowl. Imagine the frustration level. Well, imagine the frustration level of some people who want to watch the Pro Bowl but just feel like it ain't it.
I've been trying to kill this dog off for years. Do the humane thing and put this old boy down because they have tried everything to get us to care and we don't. They have changed everything. They have tried everything to get us to care and we just don't. No one cares. And now this is their Hail Mary. The league going full troll, full hot take factory, and putting Shador on the team for absolutely no reason other than to get people to lose their minds both ways.
That ain't fair now. Come on, Rome. I know this is a take, and I know you king take. You first take. You first take before first take. Jim Rome been doing this since the 90s, maybe even the 80s, but certainly the 90s. I used to be on this show all the time as a fill-in. I get it. One of the hardest shows to do because you know how he does it, and you try to do what he does. It ain't going to work. So, respect to him, though. Hey, come on. They didn't put him in. They have voting, and which is what, a third of it, the process, and he's super popular, so he got voted high. And then because the incentives aren't there for the Pro Bowl anymore, no one wants to play. So that's already rule one. That's why they moved it from Hawaii, and then they tried to turn it into flag football. But then they messed up. People liked the vacation of Hawaii. They didn't like the expenses of Hawaii. You mean I'm going to the Pro Bowl, and in order for me to even try and break even, we got to win the Pro Bowl, which means I got to play football and play hard, at least in the fourth quarter. Makes no sense. Now, y'all got to give me enough money where it makes sense, and then my whole family want to go. I can't be coming out net negative for an honor. Forget the honor. I don't want to play. Don't want to get hit. Already sore. Done played 17 football games. Don't need more. Some of us the playoffs, more than that. I don't need it. It ain't worth it. The incentives don't demand me to play. Don't demand me. But if you offer me something that did, I would. So y'all need to make this way more money. And you need to invite, you got to say up to 10 relatives free. All expenses paid, 10 relatives, and at least $250,000, $500,000, 10 free relatives. I bet you cats saw, now they not playing because of a hangnail. Oh, my pinky toe. I bet you if you change the rules to that, you have people going, then you wouldn't have Shedeur in there. So don't blame Shedeur for this.
And get people to actually care about this game. But people with actual brains don't and never will. No, Shield, I'm not biting. You can't hook me. I'm not going to talk about how ridiculous this selection is. I'm not going to get all worked up about how ridiculous this selection is because we know it is. But I'll tell you what I will talk about. I'll talk about how ridiculous you look doing it as a last-ditch effort to get us to care about your ridiculous Pro Bowl game that stopped mattering decades ago. As if it ever mattered ever at all. Nice try, trolls.
Blah, blah, blah. Sound like that take was already made, and then he was like, hey, I'm going to make it work. Because Shedeur has nothing to do with this except he's the recipient. I think that's why when I said it and I reported on it, I was like, I'm not mad at Shedeur. I don't even feel a thing. The Pro Bowl been gone. We already lost the Pro Bowl. You killing a dead body. Nobody, you know what I mean? It's over. It's over. It's okay, too. We are fine. Speaking of that, we're going to talk about LeBron right now because there's a lot of conversation about LeBron. Like, is this it? Retirement time. We're going to get into that. Let me see what y'all talking about in these comments first. Who's number one right now? The Ben C says, I have another Pro Bowl idea. All the players switch sides. Offense plays defense. I love it. Hey, A for effort. Wide receivers now have to guard cornerbacks. Quarterbacks are back at safety. Anything to spice it up a bit. Yeah, and get everybody hurt. Muscle memory all broke. That cats don't know how to play. Dog, I try to tell y'all think I'm really a hater. I just tell the truth too early. I told you guys this years ago, if not months ago, if not, just listen. No one wants to play football. No one wakes up on a Wednesday and say, hey, dog, what you doing today? I don't know, man. I'm off today. Really? Me too. Hey, let's go get a couple of the fellas and let's go play some football. Said no man ever. You do that in basketball, pickleball, every other thing that got a ball at the end of it. You ain't doing it in football. This shit hurts. Even when it's fun, it hurts. You gonna pay every day in every way to play football. I know it rhymed, damn it. Here's the thing. Nobody wants to do it. Only 2 people in world history ever said to God, please make me a football player. That's Dick Butkus and Ray Lewis. The rest, all of these Hall of Famers, Eli Manning on down, no. They can say it because they love the rewards. Who doesn't? But nobody wanted to do that. Everybody wanted to play basketball. Well, speaking of playing basketball, LeBron James, he quit alcohol. Everybody's saying, damn, LeBron looking a little too good, a little lean, whatever. He said while he was rehabbing from surgery, he slimmed down considerably. And he said to protect his back and his joints, he had to keep up with the young guys. And I know where everybody went. I ain't going there because I ain't got no real reports on that yet. But LeBron, like in Miami before, he can bulk up, he can lean down. And I do know one thing. Say what you want. Somebody stop drinking, they're going to lean up. Like Chuck maybe. Maybe he stopped drinking.
Well, I think you got to be impressed at what he's accomplished at 41. Well, there's one thing I'm sure of. This is last year with the Lakers. He's not going to play with the Lakers next year. I like to. I've always said I'd like to see him finish in Cleveland. I'm not opposed to him getting traded to Cleveland this year, to be honest with you, because the Eastern Conference is up for grabs. I think
so is the West.
The West is not up for grabs. Well, they can't grab it. It might be up for grabs, but the Lakers can't grab it. I would, like I said, I'd love to see him finish his career in Cleveland, because I've been on the record. I thought he should have never left Cleveland.
Wow.
But this is his last year with the Lakers. The Lakers pretty much like, this is it. So depending on what happens, like I say,
What if they win a championship?
I tell you what.
Would this be his last year?
No, man. Let me tell you something. The Lakers are not gonna win the championship, and you know that too.
Well, I've seen aging superstars not play well.
Oh yeah,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to pause.
Listen, enough about Shaq. I mean,
at least I left with four. This aging superstar is playing great.
Did y'all hear Shaq? Anybody catch that beat up in the comments? I ain't gonna play it back. I want to see who caught that. That was hilarious.
And if they win, they have Chuck. They're in the fifth seed. They have a shot. They're only 2 games out of being a home quarterback. I think a three seed. Are you kidding me? Like, they could win the West. Jokic is still hurt.
Are you sure you want to say this?
Yes.
Please do.
Let's put our paychecks up against this. I'll give you the Lakers, and I'll take care.
Oh no, that's not.
Okay. That's what I thought.
You get the field, and I get the Lakers.
I'll take anybody. I'll take a team in the West. I'll take a team in the West. You take the Lakers.
I bet the Lakers.
Whoever goes further in the playoffs.
Yeah. Okay, what team are you taking?
OKC.
Well, they're
taking the champs. So give me I'll give you anyone other than OKC.
Denver Nuggets.
Okay, Denver Nuggets. I'll say the Los Angeles Lakers and the Denver Nuggets. I'll take that bet.
Okay, we'll take that bet. Our salaries.
And the bet is
salaries.
Goes further in the playoffs.
Whoever goes further in the playoffs.
All right.
Chuck still got that gambling issue. Yo, salary? Or you mean just like one check? Like I don't know. What's going on? That's a lot.
Bet our salaries.
You know what? I'm not playing, so I'm not betting on somebody I'm not playing.
I got your back.
Well, and listen, how about this? I'll let you sign with the team.
No, they're not.
Listen, LeBron, number one, I think he's earned the right for a farewell tour, but it's clear this is his last year with the Lakers. They're going to move on, and I think that's the right thing to do. At some point, you've got to turn the team over to Luka and Austin, and that's the only way you can start, because you can't be paying him $50 million a year to be the third best player on a team.
Nah, good point. Blah blah blah, and to really have a opportunity to win a championship, your third best player can't be at 50, right? Just being real, and he can't command that much attention. Once again, we back to the NFL where the backup quarterback can't be a baller or a superstar or somebody who's controversial, because it's like, that's not how we have our team led. We can't have team leadership like that. It has to all funnel to that quarterback somehow, some way. Whether he's good with it or not, we got to make sure all of the wind is pointing in that direction, right? It's the same thing that you see. The same thing you see when you're talking about Luka, and then you're talking about Austin Reeves, and there's this elephant in the room, which is the legacy of maybe the best player ever, or second best, or third best, wherever you want to rank them. It's just a lot of oxygen. Guys always got to go there. And you know how it goes when you know the future is not long for somebody, but they still hanging on. Lee Corso comes to mind. Different reasons. Lee Corso. You saw how they had to take care of him on that show. And nobody was sitting there like, this is the best version of the show, including probably everyone except Lee Corso. But it was like, and it's happening right now with Terry Bradshaw on the Fox show. People are talking about it, but everyone dances or they try to be respectful. I get it. But at the same time, if I'm ever in that position, I'll be the first one. I'm in on the joke too. Yo, I can't remember all this. It's over. That mean, if it's over and you can't remember that, you know how much you've done? Terry Bradshaw been on TV for 50 years. Like, it's okay. You know what I mean? And it's okay for Lee Corso, and it's okay if LeBron. We got to let Luka, and it's really Austin Reeves and Luka. It's not so much Luka. I think Luka could be like, look, I rock with him and I don't rock with him. It's all good. Whatever it is, it's all good. He was my favorite player growing up, so like I ain't tripping. But for Austin Reeves to fully flex, why you think he balled out at the beginning of the year like he did? Because LeBron wasn't there. He like, right? Then LeBron shows up, and it's just by default. It's not Luka, because Luka was raised a superstar and a young pro. He was a professional at 14. It's Austin Reeves who's been coming like Tony Romo from the mailroom all the way up to like, yo, I could lead a team, if not second best for sure. You know, so he could lead a team that wasn't going to go to a championship. You know, stick him somewhere. Or you could have him right here and say right behind Luka, and he can do this. But when LeBron's there, you know Austin Reeves ain't going to flex. You right, Bron. So it's just as simple as that, I think. That's what's going on. But LeBron wants to talk about it. You said he should have a farewell tour. This is LeBron's response. He doesn't necessarily want one, a retirement tour. That could bring some negative with it if his body doesn't cooperate. He goes to a city, everyone buys the tickets, and he's unable to play. He doesn't want that disappointment following him. All right. Got to respect that. That's real, because y'all know y'all be pissed. I know what you're saying. You have two thoughts right now. The first one is, damn, he right. If I'm living in Utah and he show up to Utah and he only going to come here, twice a year, once a year, and this time he's here, and then all of a sudden he pull on one of those, I'm pissed. I'm pissed. Where'd Bron go? So you're mad at him resting on back-to-backs. You're going to be mad at him resting because he's going to be 42. And then you're also saying, nah, you're just avoiding the smoke, LeBron. Because who was that? Paul Pierce I think Paul Pierce wanted a farewell tour, or was on his last year, and people were clowning him. Remember those videos we saw? You don't get no farewell tour. I think it was Paul Pierce. So maybe he's trying to avoid the smoke. Like he knows that people going to hate on him, so he don't want to deal with it, right? Maybe it's some of that. Let's get into it. But maybe it's not. So let's hear what Paul Pierce got to say about this whole situation. Nah, you know what? I'm going to save that one because we got this video I got to do of D.L. Hughley dissing me, and I got to hear what he said before we get out of here. 7 o'clock is our deadline. We out of here at 7 o'clock. I'm taking these itty bitties to school today. So y'all know Vlad. Shout out to DJ Vlad. I know DJ Vlad. You know, Vlad TV, all that stuff. Well, he has people on, you know, consistently, and D.L. Hughley is one of them. Now, backstory is D.L. Hughley, I've always been a super fan of his. I thought he was one of the funniest comics ever. Chris Spencer's my favorite comic ever, funniest man ever, who has a new Hulu special coming out soon, so watch that. But Chris Spencer's a writer for everybody, so I know a lot of comedians. I'm in L.A., whatever. I've always been good with D.L. Hughley. All of a sudden, I think he catches wind that I go to the White House, not once, but twice, and all of a sudden, I'm all those things, you know, what they call me, sell out and all that stuff. I'm like, all right, well, D.L. Hughley, now you have 3 seconds to comply. Right? He's shooting at me. I got to shoot back because I don't start nothing, but I finish everything. So we are here, and it's just silly to me that he really thinks that I'm going to change what I think because of his thoughts. Or I'm not looking out for people. Or I'm doing harm to the community, or any of the things that he's probably going to say right here because he just disagrees with me because of my vote or because of my beliefs. Well, two could play that game. So let's hear what he's got to say. Let's go. Oh, that was fresh. Oh.
Well, last time you were here, you let Marcellus Wiley have it.
Yeah. I can't stand Marcellus Wiley. They all do the same thing.
Marcellus Wiley?
I don't like him at all.
Really?
I don't.
That's my man right there.
Okay.
He's a regular on my show.
Okay.
Why?
Because
why do you not like Marcellus? This is the first time hearing this.
They make hating us convenient. They make hating us
really?
Yeah.
Okay, two things. One, I love how everyone goes on these shows and try to bring me up and then always talking about how I'm using them for content. But then when they bring me up, the person that, it happened with Lebatard, it's happening with Vlad, they bring him up to the person like, really? I like him. And we don't agree on all things. So it's weird how you now look immature for trying to be like, don't you hate him too, or something like that. And another thing is, always know this logically. He's trying to say I make it convenient for racists to hate black people. If they're racist, I can do nothing to help us. So that's what I'm saying. I'm arguing with this old man with these new tattoos about something that doesn't make any sense. Dog, what are you saying? I'm making it easier for the people who don't like us to not like us? I thought they already don't like us. Who are you talking about anyway? Give me some names and numbers. Who's the racist? This is just ignorant. But you know me. I don't start nothing, but I'll finish everything.
I've never picked up that.
Okay.
Like we've had serious conversations about race and everything else like that.
I can only tell you this. I've given you my reasons. Like the shit that he just said about Jimmy Kimmel. All Jimmy Kimmel had to do was apologize. Jimmy Kimmel got his job back without apologizing.
That caught me off guard.
Why?
Because I've been cool with Marcellus this whole time. Okay. So I kind of got caught in the middle of this.
Yeah.
And you too. Vlad, you ain't get caught in the middle. Like, you know what it is. You like both of us. That's good. I don't want you to be in the middle, like caught. And DL, if he's going to be honest, was cool with me too into that. So let's hear why he flipped.
And because of my relationship with Marcellus, I hit him up and I said, hey, listen, this came out in the interview. This was DL's opinion. You know, I didn't necessarily agree with it.
It's still, by the way, my opinion.
Yeah, I get it. I said, but, you know, because of our relationship, if you want me to take this out, I'll take it out. He said, no, run it. Let it run.
You'd have took it out?
Because of my relationship with him, yes.
What about your relationship with me?
Well, I'm caught in the middle of this.
No, you're not.
I'm caught in the middle of this. No, relationship with both of
If
y'all.
you took it out, I'd have felt some kind of way.
You would have felt some kind of way.
Well,
then I would have probably had to go back to you and say, okay, this is what Marcellus wants, so this is where I'm caught in the middle of it.
I tell you what, my interviews are going to be way bigger than his. So let's be clear.
I get it.
No, you
bigger.
clearly don't.
No, I get it. But then again, I also have to respect relationships, right?
I do too.
And no,
that's true. DL Hughley is a bigger star. Is that it? I'm not in the star category. He has more cachet. Yeah, absolutely. Especially when you're coming at me. No, just kidding. No, respect. I told you I'm a fan of yours. You're not going to change me because you voted one way and I didn't.
Point that I'm like, yeah, fuck Marcellus. Right. No, I was like, no, that's my man. Like I'm cool with Marcellus.
You know the funny thing in the world is, do you remember recently when they removed, they reclassified nursing, and the federal government wanted to reclassify nursing and all these degrees that women had, right? And then basically the purpose of that was to make sure that, because that was their ascension, like they reclassified nursing degrees, and people, you know, are physical therapists and people are anesthetists and all, like, and so the very.
All right, be careful. My wife's a nurse. I hope we're not going there, because boy. Then you're going to see how this can be football. And let's just say I play all 4 quarters of football.
Administration that they champion did harm to the profession that they love. And the only time they ever said anything was when it affected them.
Right. Yeah, that's
It's
people,
an example of the kind of thing I never liked about it. I think that you can't hold yourself out and only speak about things that affect you and yours. And there's a certain kind of man that does that, and he embodies that all the time. I don't think he's a bright man. I don't think he's a thoughtful man. I don't think he's a man of convictions. I think that what he tends to do is talk about what I used to be as a gang member and how intelligent he is. But let's be clear. In an intellectual match, I probably do pretty good against a dude that went to Cornell.
I probably do pretty good against a guy who went to Cornell. 1, I went to Columbia. 2, I do think I'll probably do pretty good. I'm not trying to measure my intelligence against yours. I actually think the way that you come up with your jokes when you were telling jokes back then was actually intelligent. Like, you know, your humor. I thought it was calculated, and I thought that you had a great way of manufacturing jokes. Your material was good. But whenever you get into this match based on, where I went to school, or based on people who are saying I'm intelligent or thoughtful, because I never told you that. So obviously you're fighting my narrative. You're fighting the persona of me. And it's okay to say I'm smart, and it's okay to say I'm not. But I'm not saying any of those things, but you are. It's like when somebody walk up to you and they be like, I ain't scared of you. I was like, I ain't say you were, but you obviously are. That's how you sound right now to me, big dog. You sound shook. It's okay. Talk.
When you guys started going back and forth,
I was kicking his ass.
Like, there was gaslighting, and it was like no one was really
gaslighting.
Here's your bad life lessons that you still living under. When you join a gang, what happens to you? You feel tougher because it's a bunch of y'all. Mob mentality. And here's another thing. You also are a part of a pack. You got to live on code. I lived in it. Right there. I was right there. Yeah, you got to be on code. You got to walk a certain way, act a certain way, dress a certain way, be a certain way in the group. Familiar? Now you're 60, and now your gang is Democrats. Now your gang is the DNC. Banging on anybody else who ain't sounding the same, looking the same, acting the same, talking the same, walking the same. Scared ass kid.
Marcellus Wiley.
Yeah. That was made with the direct intention of telling you the only reason you flipped on me, because you didn't flip on me personally. You didn't flip on me when I saw you last, which was like a month or so before that. You flipped on me because of a vote, or you said I'm MAGA, or you said because I went to the White House, whatever it may be. And that's just gang mentality, which is really slave mentality. That's all. You know you're guilty. It's okay. But retort.
I know something you don't want to do for sure is to go back and forth about people's past, your past or mine. I can guarantee you there are things that you've been accused of in your past you don't want to talk about. So let's keep it off past. Because suffice it to say, both of us have done things we're not proud of. Both of us have done things we either have atoned for or should. So let's stay where we are right now. I'm no more a gang member and a dropout than you are a football player. But where I am now, yeah, you graduated from Columbia. But do you think you're that much more intelligent than me?
I shouldn't interrupt you. Keep going.
We both do the same things. Well, you're a podcaster, I'm a broadcaster. We both say things. I despise.
We both say things. Okay. The thing is, I don't run from my past, never will, never have. And I actually am so proud of my past. Bring it up. I hate when people want to disqualify some things just because it's not flattering, right? I also hate when people take away someone's greatest thing to say, well, if they weren't tall, they wouldn't be good in basketball. No, it all counts. As soon as you're born, it's all of record, brother. So bring up past, bring up future if you want to. But the present is where I am right now, and I got the gift, brother, and I got the gift of listening to you. And right now you still haven't given, even to the person you're talking to, a good reason why you don't rock with me. And I don't need it, but I think you need it because people are wondering, where's this coming from? If not, be fine with being someone that sounds delusional. Let's go.
It's people who do harm, who've helped do this kind of harm to my people. I despise them. It's not something I say for fun. I despise people who have been accomplices in all that we see going on around here and who constantly are proud of it. Look at this shit that the administration is doing to people that look like us.
So you hate everyone who voted for Donald Trump. Got it. You hate half the country. Oh, you only hate the black people that voted for Donald Trump because they do harm to your people. Got it. But you don't. So do you hate him when Donald Trump does good for your black people, for your people? And you know he has. I know it probably can't leave your lips or you'll burst into one big bubble of fire. You just can't say anything. But you know there are things of record this administration has done that help black people, whether it's the investments in the HBCUs, whether it's the crime rates, it's particularly black neighborhoods, et cetera, whatever. You know there's things. But let's continue.
Look at what's happening. This is not me playing. You an accomplice to that. And then you say something when it affects you and yours? It's insane to me. You look at it, it's people, there are literally people being taken off the streets. People have died and will die. And you helped it happen. And now, when you could say being a black Trump supporter right now is starting like being on crack right now. Nobody does that anymore. Like literally.
There's a lot of black Trump supporters these days.
Okay, and I have no use for them.
In fact, I feel there's more black Trump supporters now than, in the middle of his first term.
I think that they probably initially were.
Yeah.
I think, and I think, to me, you know me, I've been pretty much the same. He's the same.
No, I feel you.
I think what I thought before.
You didn't stick the landing, big dog. It's okay. You just say it. Sometimes, as my grandmother said, you can't make sense out of nonsense. You have dumb reasons to not like me. And it's okay because that's part of your mentality, your street life, your gang life. It's a dumb reason. You walked around here. You mad that I keep bringing that up because I thought you outgrew it. You didn't. So you still caught in the arrested development. You still mad at people who they on the other side. You're the same dude. That's why you're still getting tattoos. You're still that dude. You're 60-some years old and you still act 6. Maybe 16 is a better one because that's when you're really out there banging on somebody. Man, look, You ain't going to tell me how to think. You ain't going to tell me how to act. I'm not trying to do that to you either. I know where you are politically. I still reserve all the right and respect to think you are a great person. Okay? You are way off on me, and you're way off on black Trump supporters and wherever else you want to put me into another group. Everything about you is a group. You're scared, shitless. Like, I hate scary people. Like people that just, where's the group? Over there. Where's your group? Right here. Come on. You ever watch them old like Bruce Lee movies? Like I'm doing it. I don't need everybody. You do. This group, I'm over here, and I'm doing harm. I'm doing harm by telling somebody what I think, and more importantly, what they should be looking at, which is all of the perspective, not just one side or the other. So you love me when I voted Democrat every single time in my life, but not this time. Oh man, I hope he's getting paid for this, and I don't want to make that assumption, but if you're not getting paid for this, dog, what are you standing on? Literally every time he gives you the platform to say, all right, go ahead, talk about him. You have nothing to say. He's a black Trump supporter. So now, I bet he was playing Nicki Minaj with his family, and all of a sudden he's like, oh, turn that off. The song ain't changed, dog. I ain't changed. You're the one that's changed. Who else is a black Trump supporter, I guess, out there? I don't even know I don't even look at people like that. What is a black Trump supporter? Are you a black Harris supporter? Is that what I'm supposed to call you now? That's your new name? You ain't little homie from the hood, old homie from the hood? You now little Harris supporter? How ignorant can we be? Can I please get off this topic? I thought he gave me something to talk about. I thought you had something to really say. If you're going to hate me for a good reason. But y'all, all these insecure black people that walk around here thinking they're going to get a blacker card than a black card. I want my card to be super black, uber black. You know, Wesley Snipes black. You think your card going to get blacker because you're going to diss me. And then say you here for all of your people. You here for the black community, but you're going to accept that percentage of black supporters or Trump supporters or conservatives. I'm for the people. It's the same thing I said before. You don't even understand your delusion. I can't enable a racist. They're already racist. You want to love the black community, but kick out a growing faction of it, a large piece of it? Make it make sense, slave. Make it make sense. All right. Keep being led by others because you love the group. And I'll be over here doing me and loving life. Not bothering anybody, and still saluting you because no love lost. All right, let's get into this before we get out of here. What time is it? We got 4 minutes. I want to get into this. Get some flowers out, right? This guy right here. 3-pointers made. Look at this. He's 10th all time coming up. Now, I can't lie. This threw me off. I know he's the mid-range king, but damn, Paul George got more than him? I didn't know that. I assume Kyle Korver. But give PG some love, y'all. He got 3-pointers made. Better look out, though. Reggie Miller, of course. LeBron. I mean, so many games played, I guess. But damn. Damian Lillard, Klay Thompson, Ray Allen. Yeah, all that makes sense. James Harden is the first one that threw me off when I was at the Clipper game. They were like, he's now, second all time. I was like, James Harden? Boy, we forget them Houston years were great. And then Steph Curry. Duh. Unreal. Balling out of control. All right, we got to get into some short topics because time is up. We can't do that. Ooh, we got a Jason Tatum. He was on pivot. Oh, I can't do that one either. Oh, I can't do LeBron again. Oh, Gilbert Arenas. This show don't stop. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. All right, let's listen to this young man. Maybe he can talk some sense into the D.L. Hughleys of the world. Man, I just can't stand it. I can't stand when people I can't stand when people don't like somebody because of something. When you can get over that thing and be a bigger person and then like all the rest of them. I just don't like that. So I'm going to keep doing this show to point that out. But this young man caught my attention. He said there are 3 things that men shouldn't do. Let's see.
Here are 3 things you need to stop doing out in public as a man. Number 1, walking with your head down. You're not broken, you just forgot who you were. Fix your posture. Put your head up high and walk with your chest out. That's not arrogance, that's confidence. And you showing the world you know exactly who you are. Your past L's doesn't matter. It don't matter if you got cheated on, or you losing your job, you being broke doesn't affect who you are as a man. And you should not let your emotions take control over you. Because when you go out in public, they don't see the bruises, the things you've been through, and the challenges you are currently facing. They only see who you are at that current moment. You are the presentation. And when you present to something, you have to be confident. You have to believe in that presentation. So believe in yourself. And when you go out in public, walk like you stand for something.
You are the presentation. Damn. Okay, young man. Keep rocking. I like that one.
Number 2, letting your phone distract you everywhere you go.
Yes.
You're literally missing real life opportunities because you're too busy worrying about the fake ones. I always say this, social media isn't real, and the opportunities you think are in front of you really aren't. People are selfish and only want personal gain. 9 times out of 10, if it's not a verified company or person, they're going to use you. But you're so obsessed with scrolling and watching other people live their lives, you're literally losing focus by the minute. And you're forgetting that your life actually has purpose outside of social media. Think about it like this. You have your phone every day for 365 days. And you're telling me you can't put your phone down for 1 second? You have all the time in the world to play and scroll on your phone. But when you're out in public, opportunities will present themselves to you. But if you're caught up in a false reality, you'll never see them. And number 3.
Oh, that's why they always say the present is the gift and your presence is a gift. So I've seen it. I've done it. I almost bumped into this guy yesterday just scrolling. I looked up and I said, I'm sorry. Because I hate when someone does that to me. Or more importantly, you're just scrolling and you're walking. People want to speak or you want to speak or you're just not even connecting or you're not even like, hey, nothing. The spontaneity of like creating relationships and just friendships or just like associations to do business with, gone. Yeah, you're right.
3, checking out every woman that walks by. Discipline is what separates boys from men. You can acknowledge a woman's beauty, but you don't have to bow down to it. You're going to see women everywhere you go. If you constantly give up your personal energy just to pour into them, walk up to them, or try to get their number, you're losing value as a man, and honestly, you're just wasting your time. This isn't about confidence. This is about self-value and morals. And to be real, in this generation, you're just picking up another side job talking to these women. So you're going to waste time, money, and energy. And only 2 of those things you can get back, but not your time. So while you're out here wasting your time talking to women, lusting over them, you're losing your purpose and your direction in life. And if you're still hanging around young men that always talk about women, every time a girl walk by, they tapping your shoulder, you hang around the wrong crowd. You still want to hang around other young men that got the same goals and mindset as you. Don't waste your time chasing these women. Become the man God calls you to be, so God can place that woman that's meant to be in your life. You can't get a queen if you're not moving like a king. So if you found the video helpful, make sure you follow and share someone with you.
Man, respect to you, big dog. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know. He broke that down. Respect to him. Nothing to add to that. But let me say one thing. It's amazing how viral videos go when you do them in your car. Like, you can say the same thing like right here in this show, or you go on Vlad and it's going to go here, here, here. But then you do that same thing in the car, it's going to go, poof. I don't get that. And sometimes the car is moving. I'm like, oh, calm down. But it happens all the time. Respect to you guys. Love to you guys, man. No matter how you disagree, just do it respectfully, man. Come on. We got to be in this together. This is the locker room. This is the team we all ball for, no matter you're on offense or you're on defense. Let's make some plays. Love for you guys. Peace.
It's been a decade plus that I knew that this day was going to come.
Oh, this is not hyperbole here.
Because I think the verse. Time to hydrate.